Okay, what we're going to try to do now is to work out the empirical formula by combustion analysis. Here's the question on the screen here. So if you'd like to have a go yourselves first, pause the video, spend a few minutes, have a go. Right, let's do the answer then. The first thing we need to do is to work out the moles of carbon dioxide, then the moles of carbon, then the mass of carbon. Okay, let's start off with the moles of carbon dioxide first. Remember N. Okay, remember N equals M over big M. So moles of carbon dioxide equals mass over molar mass. So it's 0.659 divided by the molar mass of carbon dioxide is 44, and that comes to 0.015. 0.015. Okay, so moles of carbon is exactly the same, 0.0155. Okay, now from this we also can work out the mass of carbon, and we just multiply by the molecular mass, 12, and so we get the mass of carbon. Mass of carbon equals moles times 12, and that will give us 0.180 grams. Okay, right, now we'll do exactly the same for water. Okay, moles of water first. Mass over molar mass, 892 divided by 18, and we get 0.005, and so moles of hydrogen is twice as much, remember, 2 times 0.005, and you get 0.01 moles. Okay, let's work out the mass of hydrogen. And for this, it's moles times the molar mass, so it's 0.01 times 1. That's 0.01 grams. 0.01 grams, right. Okay, so we've got the mass of carbon, we've got the mass of hydrogen, and now we can work out the mass of chlorine. Right. Mass of chlorine equals original mass, which was right over here. Original mass 0.367 grams. 0.367 grams. Take away the mass of your hydrogen and your carbon added together. Okay, it's going to be 0.18 add 0.01, put that in brackets, and you get 0.177. 0.177 grams chlorine. Okay, right, so we've got a mass of chlorine, and you can imagine what we're going to do next is to work out the moles of chlorine. Let's go to the next page. Right, so moles of chlorine mass over molar mass, 0.177 divided by 35.5, and that equals 0.005 moles. Right, we've got all the information we need now. Next, what we do is we do our empirical formula calculation. So, let's use different color. Let's use green. Okay. First, write down the elements: carbon, hydrogen, and chlorine. Be careful you don't put oxygen. It's all the questions that we've met so far have been with oxygen, but you can get chlorine, you can get sulfur, maybe nitrogen, so be aware. Right, next write down the moles of these. Moles of carbon, 0.015, moles of hydrogen, 0.01, moles of chlorine, 0.005. 0.005. The hard work has really been done by this stage. Okay, you divide by the smallest, which is that, and if you divide by the smallest you'll get 3, 2 and 1, and so the empirical formula is C3, H2 and Cl. Okay, now you could work out the empirical formula mass here, because the second part of the question may ask you to work out the molecular formula. You need to know the empirical mass. So the empirical mass would be all of these added together: 3 times 12 plus 2 plus 35.5. Okay, and you could just do that if you need to then go on and work out the molecular formula. Okay, right, I hope that was useful. Stop there.